Well, a humanitarian crisis is developing in Libya. The continuing siege of the town of Bani Walid, a former Gaddafi stronghold, has left residents without vital supplies. Dr. Abdul Hamid Al-Shandoli, a member of Bani Walid's social council, is inside the besieged city. He gave us his account of what exactly is happening there.
The situation in Bani Walid is bad and bad. So it's no food, no drugs, no electricity, no cooking gas. Still the armed group surrounding the city. They closed the main entrance of Bani Walid, and the National Congress still as it is. They have done nothing, although we have asked them to break the sanctions and let the food, and we have talked to the UN Secretary in Libya. But they have done nothing, and it's more difficult day by day.
Right, let's discuss this further now with journalist James Corbett. Good to see you today. The siege of Bani Walid basically started because the government wants to arrest the suspected murderers of the man credited with capturing Gaddafi. And the town failed to hand them over, though. But do you think the siege perhaps is too heavy-handed of a response?
Well, it is a very heavy-handed response in a lot of ways, and it just goes to show the deeply divided lines in the country right now, tribally, ethnically, in terms of geography. It's a deeply divided country, and there are a number of different problems that are playing itself out politically in Libya right now. And this just goes to show once again that that not only is Libya ungoverned to a large extent at the moment, but is perhaps, given its current political state, ungovernable.
Well, you say ungoverned and ungovernable. Let's talk about the issue of the residents of Bani Walid. They're appealing now for UN help, but as we've heard a little earlier, nothing practical is being done. Why do you think that is?
Well, it's difficult to know how to actually provide assistance in this case. Again, it's a question of what type of international body has the authority to come in this situation, in what way do they have the mandate or the ability to act, and in what way can they actually be protected themselves, given the repeated and numerous strikes against Western targets in Libya over the past year. I think it just goes to show that really the country is descending into a type of chaos that is really the predictable result of this type of regime change through violence that we've seen time and again throughout the past decade, from Afghanistan to Iraq to Libya and potentially now towards Syria.
A predictable state of chaos, as you say, but certainly there's a political crisis developing as well. Libya's new prime minister has been dismissed for failing to form a government. Is the country's new political system even doomed before it starts?
Well, I think so. And I think certainly in this particular instance, we have the prime minister, as you say, being voted out in a vote of no confidence because he was unable to form a cabinet. And basically, this is due to both the pressures from the people themselves. There was a popular protest movement basically saying that that each individual city was complaining they were underrepresented in this proposed cabinet. And you have the political dealings with the major parties behind the scenes, including an offshoot of the Muslim Brotherhood, which is trying to work with the National Force Alliance to try to get into a greater position of power in the country. So there's a lot of power politics playing out. And this, again, goes to show how deeply divided the country is at this point. And there's no easy solution on the horizon for the people of Libya.
Now, James, forgive me, I'm running low on time here, but moments ago you drew up the comparisons of Iraq, Afghanistan, now Libya. What kind of lessons can be learned in regard to the long-running crisis inside Syria?
Well, at the very least, it shows us that we should be extremely doubtful of the people, the people who have their fingers on the trigger in this case, who would like us to believe that the outside forces will be greeted as liberators and given flowers and all of that type of rhetoric we've heard time and time again over the past decade, and which has signally failed to come true in each and every case. And I think we can imagine that this is exactly the type of situation that would be playing out in Syria if the Assad government was to be overthrown. I think we'd have the exact same types of problems. So I think there has to be at the very least, a great deal of skepticism about the way that the projected overthrow of the Assad government would play out if that were to take place.
James Corbett, editor of the Corbett Report, live on RT. Thank you.